Alright, good day everyone. I've had a lot of requests, let me move this back. I've had a lot of requests to do a bit of an instructional video on cleaning and restoring ancient coins. I start by saying that really you should only be restoring ancient bronze coins. Silver coins are a much different ball of wax and you gotta do it much differently. That being said, you certainly can, it's just a much different process. So what I thought I would do is do a straight up instructional video as best I can. I don't claim to be an expert or anything, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. I'm going to upload this to YouTube because it's just easier to record this way. Alright, where's my sandpaper? Okay, so I'm going to start with basically the way I start. And that is with these fiberglass composite cleaning pencils. So there's several pieces you can put in them, but for the most part I start with the white composite. Now this is more aggressive, but it's great for a first couple passes. Takes the top layer of dirt off. You just don't want to be too aggressive with it. You sharpen these on a piece of sandpaper. The black one is less aggressive, won't damage the patina, but takes a lot more work. So you use that in the fine details. Now, brushes I use. This one, nylon stiff brush. You can see all the dust and dirt coming out of there. I also carefully use these brass brushes. Now you don't want brass colored steel or brass coated steel. These should be quite soft, and again, you want to be delicate because this is what's going to polish those highs on coins if you're not careful. Then we get more aggressive. I use dental picks and tools, like for this one for example. It's a little bit wide for most things. I actually would like to modify it. Oops, I got the same song going here. Oh, how did I get on this? Alright, sorry, I'm just getting some music going here. The other main two tools I use most are this X-Acto blade, and I generally use it on an angle. The sharp edge is really good for getting into like fine hairlines or lettering. And then this tool I made, it's actually one of my main tools, and this is a sewing needle, and I've just drilled a hole and glued it into this wood dowel. You can use these wood sticks or toothpicks, but I have to be honest, toothpicks really don't do much. They really don't. You feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels on that one. But you can try it. Coin clamps. I do have a coin clamp, but I gotta say, honestly, the coin clamp doesn't work because of... I'm gonna lift it up. I don't have a lot of distance between the bottom of the microscope and the plate. So, to me, at least, it's better to have the coin just sitting raw on the table and hold it with your fingers. A little tiring, but can be done. So today we're going to be cleaning a coin I've been soaking in distilled water for, oh shit, I guess about a month now. It's right here. Distilled water only, folks, because if you use tap water, there's chlorine and other chemicals in there that aren't going to harm you, but can harm a coin, can harm the patina, the surface, definitely can cause bronze disease. So distilled water, some people use dish soap. I don't see any need for it, but teach their own again. Alright, so this is a coin that a client bought, and I told him I would clean it, so that's what we're going to do. take it out of the water. I need to get pictures of this too before I really start, just so I have record. This video is going to be a little longer, maybe an hour. We'll see. I don't really know for sure. I'll try not to drag it out, but I'm going to be very careful with this coin because it's not mine any longer. So, you know, care has to be shown. If it's not yours, treat it like it is. So if you don't mind, I'll quickly get a couple snapshots of this coin. The snapshots are always going to be darker because it's been soaking for so long. Try and zoom in here. Now, this one's neat because when I sold it, I didn't realize it had a lovely portrait of Tyche on the back, which is probably why I bought it, because I really like Tyche. And unfortunately sold it before I realized it. So here's the coin. You will be able to see a lot better under the microscope. You can see it's quite dirty. Now, this first step, it's the only step I really do wet, and there's a reason for it. So I'm constantly dipping my finger in water, and the reason is that I want to see that there's dirt coming off. If there's no dirt coming off, then it's corroded, and there's really no saving it. So I'll see the water getting kind of muddied, and then I'll know that it's working. This is a very interesting coin. I forgot the attributes. I've got it here somewhere. I'll check. When I post the video, I'll put the information in the video title or in the description. So you can see the tip wears down pretty quickly. Let me make sure that I've got this focused. Sometimes it only takes me, 45 minutes to do a coin, but you never really know until you get into it how detailed the coin is going to be or not. I'm trying to keep it on camera for you guys. Hopefully you can see the gunk coming off of here. This is 2,000 years worth of dirt. So sometimes you got to be pretty aggressive. You learn as you go how aggressive you can be and how, when you need to kind of sit back a little bit. There's no replacement for experience, unfortunately. I'm going to sharpen this again real quick. I'm trying to keep it a nice point right now, because I want to get into those areas, into the valleys, right? I don't want to, this one will polish the highlights, so you want to be careful. I mean, you can always repatinate it. I know a lot of people really don't like that, but if I can not take the patina off, I would rather not. I sold this coin way too cheaply. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do that. This side's much worse, like dirt-wise. So, and this is the side with Tyche on the back. Your money portrait, basically. I'm just sharpening the pencil again right now. It was actually, it's so dirty. Like I said, I realized it as I was selling this coin, what it was, and I kind of kicked myself as soon as I did it. But can't keep them all, I guess, is the way to look at it. Okay, so don't want to go too much here. I'm going to give it a quick brushing and see how we're doing. I'll tell you, if you try this with a toothpick, you're going to just spin your wheels. The toothpicks really aren't very handy. The other thing too is you'll find out if this is a fake patina pretty fast, because if it's a fake patina, it's not going to come off very easily at all. It's glued on. They use brick dust. And it's almost become accepted in the industry now. I try not to buy those coins, especially the Byzantines or late Roman bronzes, because they hide a lot of corrosion and holes and damage to the coins that otherwise you might not see. Well, this coin's actually going to be pretty good, I think. I don't think it's going to give me too much trouble. I'm brushing it off camera. I'll do it here just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm using the nylon brush and I'm just working it in small circles, kind of like brushing your teeth. Not doing anything to the coin other than I'm moving it around and trying to get into those grooves to get the dirt out. Now I am going to get more aggressive with the needles and so forth to get in there. But this is a good start. So anyway, I'm just doing it off camera because it's a little easier for me to reach around. Otherwise I'm reaching around my webcam. Now, I often get asked, or people's statements, I guess, uneducated statements. Oh, you're destroying a coin. You should never clean a coin. Well, that is true to a degree, except with ancient coins. Ancient coins have all been cleaned in one manner or the other. Oof, already getting some good details here, eh? Now you can see quite a bit of pitting, but that won't be as visible to the naked eye. And here's the money. Look at this beautiful portrait of Tyche. So you see how small the grooves are that I got to get into. It is not easy. I'm going to try a little bit more brushing just to see how we're doing. And then we'll get into the steel tools. Actually, this coin is not going to take very long, I don't think. I believe this is Elegabalus, but it might be a Caracalla. I'm going to have to double check. What in the hell song am I listening to? Well, Cat Stevens, that's fine, that'll work. And we're going to talk about preserving these bronze coins, which again is completely unique to bronze and copper, and you don't do it on silver. Okay, which is Renaissance wax to seal it up and preserve it, so it will no longer degrade or corrode. And you can see we're already making some good progress here. Hopefully you can see this. This is a hell of a nice coin. Alright, so I don't even think I'm going to use X-Acto blade right now. I think that I'm going to use just my needle for now. I need this to be much drier. So you want this part to be dry because you need to see the contrast of the dirt, which is this light color, as opposed to the blackish green patina that you see here. And this part, you really need to be cautious. I need to tilt this up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Because when you're putting metal on metal, you definitely can strip patina off. You can see even a sewing needle, I mean, the eye is so small. Okay. Always move the coin around as opposed to trying to work around the coin, if that makes sense. Anyone who's been trained in firearms knows to keep the pistol pointed downrange, and you move around the pistol. You don't, you know, point it at the person next to you when you need to look at something or indicate something. I am an instructor, by the way. Side note, I guess. And you can see I am not scratching this coin at all. I'm very lightly just picking the dirt out. Sometimes you got to get much more aggressive. I don't think I'm going to have to on this coin. It's actually coming pretty well. Okay, so see this right here? See how you have this ridge of the legend? If I want to clean this side, I need to turn the coin. This is the side I can clean so that I can work along that ridge without skipping over it and damaging it. So I'm going to do this little part right here. And then I'm going to turn the coin to get the other side. I hope that makes sense. You don't want to kind of reach over. You'll just mess the coin up. You'll scratch it. I need a different song. There we go. Something a little more excitement going here than Cat Stevens put me to sleep. So here's another example. See this ridge? I want to work on this side, and then in between, I'm working this edge of this ridge. If I want to work this edge and this edge, I want to turn the coin so that I can get into there. Even though it looks like I'm working in the same area, see, I can't get this side from this angle. I need to change it and go from the other side like this. Now, I'm a bit of a stickler. I like to get every inch of dirt off that I can when I'm doing this. Okay, let me give it a quick brushing. Wow, this is going pretty quickly. We're 17 minutes in here. Not too bad. Actually, this coin's not going to take long at all. It's really working out well. I must have been from soaking it for so long. Alright, dry it off and we'll take another look here. Alright, let's take a look. Pretty good on the lettering. Epsilon, Delta, E, C, C. I have to look it up. I think that spells Tyche, but this is a really cool coin. I really regret selling it, to be honest. If I had realized it soon enough, or if I was a jerk, I would have canceled it. But that's not the way to make good business. Not a good way to do business, I should say. That Delta's a little tougher to get into, but most people would have probably already stopped. They would have said, that's pretty good, but I'm not most people. I want it to be as good as possible. Meaning showing as much detail as humanly possible. Alright, let's check the other side here. The other side's already looking pretty good, to be honest. I'm not picking out too much dirt here. I mean, you can see, hopefully you can see a little bit of it coming out. You see nice details in his face here. I strongly recommend starting on coins that you don't care about, because you will destroy coins as you learn to do this. Elegabalus, I'm pretty sure this is Elegabalus, but his face is worn a bit. Totally normal. Sometimes I need like a shadow almost like that to give me a little better contrast so I can see where I need to work. This coin has some absolutely lovely details on it. But you'll notice when I'm done this that I've kind of figured out the right pressures to use so that I don't strip patina. And it's taken me several hundred coins to learn this, to learn the right touch. Like I said, there's really no replacement for that. Look at that. Kept all the patina on it. Hopefully it's showing up on the camera there. Oops, there's Tyche. Show you on the microscope. I'm pretty pleased with that. Actually, came out quite nice and didn't take too much work. Didn't shine up anything, which is nice. Now, I'm going to preserve this with some Renaissance wax. So let me show you what that is. That's this stuff right here. You can buy it on Amazon, and it's a white microcrystalline wax. And it will seal. You can wash this stuff off too, by the way, but don't use this on silver. Only bronze. It will prevent it from any further corrosion or damage to it. And if there are any little micro scratches, it actually will make them disappear. So, okay. So let me just quickly show the coin again. Oops, there it is. And here's the tag if you're interested, from Gemini. What's this coin I just saw? Okay guys, that's that video. Thanks for watching. I'll do another one shortly.